Hey everybody, here Lazy Good Books. Hi, I'm Lazy Good. And before we start this video off, I just want to say Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. We were going to be doing a book swap, but the person never showed up. I'm starting to think they're not even going to, the others are not going to show up. But what can I do? Make them come? No, of course not. But it would have been funny if I did. But we're gonna get started. We're gonna go through some romance novels because tomorrow's Valentine's Day. Woohoo! So for starters, we're in my romance area of the books, and we are gonna have some fun by talking about some books that I really want to get to, and some other fun ones. So let's just start this out on a good note. Okay. What book do you start off with first? Talk about some books I never read before. So as I think it'd be a good idea to okay, this one. Sorry everybody, that didn't sound. This first love story was actually by Chris Harrison. If you know it from The Bachelorette, you know exactly who I'm talking about. It's called The Perfect Letter. A talented young book editor in New York City lead a rich life for the wanting parts and romance from the dust of her grandfather's horse farm in Texas, and she is engaged to Joseph, a brilliant, gorgeous man who adores her still. When she invited to the winter's conference in Eston, can't help but feel that Texas with all of its tangled secrets is coming her home. And that's where we're gonna start. This sounds like a beautiful, beautiful love story. Not only because for this girl she's actually engaged with this family man named Joseph. But this book itself, it sounds like a wonderful love story. What I would like to do is probably hear this one. And we are going to do a poll which we're not going to be putting in next for the my Apple books. What ones are going to be picked. But I'm going to go through some that honestly stands out to me. So this is going to be one of them that honestly stands out to me. And we are going to do a poll. Once you want to check if these ones are available on Apple Books for the audiobook, If not, then we're gonna pick a couple different books from a couple different book genres. So yeah, this sounds like a fantastic little story. The girl is from Texas. So it's this guy named Joseph. I believe they were friends. So something about her past. But you know what? This is like a really fun novel in the book of the Chris Harrison. So this book sounds like a really interesting read. And then end of this video, we do have a book recommendation which I just picked up the other day when I was with my dad. But that is gonna. So I'm excited about some point reading this one. So this is gonna be part of a poll. The next book I want to talk about. We are going to talk about 5 books in this video. And this next book is something I honestly do recommend. And now that's not what I wanted to pop out. Let me see. Now here we go, a Hallmark one. Okay. Oops. Goodness, I have to do that. This next book's actually by Jenny Marrs. It's called Rescuing Honeymoon Ranch. And I'm going to give you a little bit of it. After her grandmother calls her asking for help, Jacqueline drops everything and heads back home to Honeymoon Creek, Colorado. Her grandmother runs a living history museum, a ranch, and homestead where volumes were clothing from the early 19s and didn't necessarily how things were done in the Old West, from making soap and shaving sheep. The place is national tribal. It needs the renew from the annual festival to survive. This also sounds like a love story, but it actually, this one is a love story. Because I seen this one on Hallmark. You can tell right here it's a Hallmark. Sounds like this country that checking in. Her grandmother called her to come home, but when she went back home to help her grandmother out with the ranch, she met this guy, and she was head over heels. I forget his name, or something like that. Probably was his name, but I don't remember his name. But this book was based on these two right here, so they went on the romance together after her grandmother passed. And they got married inside the barn. But honestly, I thought it was pretty interesting. So this is a good connect date for the next book to hear on Apple Books, because that's how I hear my audiobooks. I hope this one is a good one, honestly. If you just if you give me some Hallmark Publishing. So this one's a good candidate for that. So I'm gonna pick a few for that. So that's the second one's gonna be picked. This next one doesn't need any introduction. And then this is something I honestly wanted to try. I got this one at a yard sale over a year ago from a neighbor. I'm so sorry, everybody. A book dropped. Oh, it's a book that I've read. Okay. This one's by John Green. It's called Looking for Alaska. Before Maya's Peggy. No, this is not the one. Sorry. That's not the one I was. After I do. Oh. That one wasn't even the one, because this one's about something totally different. I don't know why this one wasn't, but so that it was kind of like, yeah, this one is not supposed to be in the romance department. I'm gonna recheck that one. Movies have different meaning. Let me see. No, not that one. Gosh. Let me see. This is gonna be hard to honestly to decide. Okay. This one might be the next one. Maybe. If I don't know, it's just I'll pick a random book from a different book genre. This was by one of my favorite book authors, knowing Kate. The Falling series, I would say totally need to read. Not because that gave a real scary thriller vibe to it. Really, like a really just dead silence. But this one's by knowing Kate. It's called By Any Other Name. What she doesn't know about love could fill a book. And like I said, I'm only going to read a little bit. What a successful career as a romance editor, and an encouragement to a man who checks off all 99 boxes in her carefully created list. Many's more than good, she killing it. Then she gives a opportunity of a lifetime to work with world reward Arthur and her biggest inspiration in Love with Life. The not tolerate all many has to do is Noah's writer's block. Okay, this is about a book author falling in love with not just with books, but with this book editor. She's a woman's book writer. So she kind of has to feel things out by going out with this unknown reader. So they can put a reader, but really actually another editor of a different book genre. So she kind of learning to love reading again, and she tries to. Who doesn't want to fall in love with a book? Now come on. We all love books. But this book is absolutely amazing. I have not read this yet, but I am going to. Actually, I am gonna hear it. This one's gonna be my 3 that is gonna be decided on after I check. But I hope if you guys never read this book before, I would say try it. I honestly want to hear this one. And only because it sounds like something that I will honestly fly through this whole entire book. So yeah, this is another book that's going to be decided of these. So I'm going to, after the video is done and up, I am going to do a quick little poll. So you guys all heads up of these 3, see what ones would be good. And it will actually will be put on the Instagram, so you guys can vote on here as well. So these ones are going to be for the next audiobook from my Apple books, where I've been hearing such wonderful books. This next one is not going to be a part of this. It's over something that I believe I've read. No. Oh gosh. Where is that book? See if I haven't. Hey. This one's by Karen Kingsbury. She is a Christian book author. I have not done this one yet, but I did read the first book in the Baxter series. But this one, I believe, is in the Baxter series too. She writes a lot. So I'm going to read only a little bit of this book. Diffus needing a needs a heart transplant, and against the advice of her doctor, Mary Catherine moves to upgrade to work at a new opulence. But every time she has left, Mary Kathleen wants to spend helping children experience, since there will be no children of her own. The only problem is Major Meek, basketball player Marcus Dicker, the man she never meant to fall in love with. Neither Marcus and Mary Kim's other friends, Tyler Ames and Sammy Dawson, ever know just how serious her heart condition is. Okay, so we're gonna start with this one. Okay, this one's about this girl who has a heart condition that she has to have heart surgery. But she finds this young fellow, and she dated him for a long time. She ended up marrying this guy. But Cookies Berry has a lot of heartwarming books that I honestly want to experience more of. So this one might be a great decision for March. Because sometimes March has pretty much spring time pretty much. But this book's absolutely, really, it has a lot of good exploring. And of course, there is a wedding, but Lisa actually gets married, so they can live their life together. Here we have her, not just with her heart condition, her pay for the surgery. She might say that, she may not. So it's gonna a 50-50 chance. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, these two are our next one. We don't know Christmassy though. This next book is actually by one of my favorite book authors. Right here. Okay, the fifth one. Oh, never mind. We're not picking that one. We have books right over here too that I can also pick from. So we are gonna go towards. Oh gosh, this is gonna be tough. We're gonna do Tessa Baby Fake Her Up by Tessa Baby. like I said, I'm going to read a little bit of this one. Georgette Castle's family runs the best home reservation businesses in town, but she picked balloons instead of blue parts, and no one has taken her seriously since Frankie. She's over it. Gregory loves planning children's birthday parties and making people laugh, just not at her own experience. She's determined to fix herself up with a woman of the world, whatever that means. Placing a new homework on her business. A rosette from her doctor. Placing her to a gut renal on her Wonderbit FYI leggings and pants. Place number 3 updates her Exeter. Do people still work? Place 4 put herself on the market and stop crushing on Trevor Food. Okay, that's where we're gonna stay. So she finds this guy. They're fixing up a house, but she put herself back on the market. So this sounds like a cute little rom-com. Like, it has the romance vibe, totally have Valentine's Day, and I hope it sounds like this book itself. About this guy and this gal who's fixing up a house. They running up together, dating, and they love it. But at the same time, they're pretty much into each other. They want to date each other. So this sounds like a really cozy read, and I'm honestly this book author has a ton of other books. So yeah, this book's actually, I love this cover because it has a picture of her. So, kind of like, of these two couple who loves to renovate. So, great, all around good. Love the color. It's just so perfect for Valentine's Day. You have the romance of it, fixing up a house. A little bit of romance. All in one book. So that's what I, honestly, so this is the kind of book that is absolutely just sounds like a really good book. I hope I get to read this at some point. And I am super happy that this book got picked. But that's for this part. So yeah, so so this book was sounds like it's gonna be really good. So thank you for coming to Lazy Good Books. If you're new, welcome in. I do love newcomers. Checking things out. We've been doing a really good job, so let's keep up the good work. With subscribing to my book channel, of course. If you're new, welcome in. I do love newcomers. I do have a book family that you completely are going to fall in love with. Because everybody's super nice here. We love to read. We do our devotions. We have a lot of really fun. We also like to make new friends here. People who love to read. And I only have one shout out to a specific person. It's Raina. Raina, I am challenging you to start reading a book. And I hope you can honestly do it. If I can read really well, like I have been, and I'm sure enough you can also read. Good luck, Raina. Happy Valentine's Day. Everybody here at Lazy Good Books, happy Valentine's Day from your favorite booktuber. Thanks, everybody. See you guys in the next video.